Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project Podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. Well, I guess okay, cool. Nice start. I guess if I'm going to upload 16 shows in one day, I should probably not let that happen again. So we're going to record this. We're going to upload it tonight, and we're not going to be behind. That's the goal. So what's up? It is January 13th, 2026, 9:14 p.m. So today I did training for FedEx. I went and the training was interesting because I drove out to this. I've talked about it yesterday's show, so if you want context, go listen to that one. But drove out to this random ass spot in Salt Lake and went to this weird, I don't even know what you'd call it. I'm not even saying this to be funny, but it looked like a special ed building because that's what the special ed buildings look like when I went to elementary school. That's where all the special ed kids went. All the special ed kids went. It was this outdoor thing with a ramp, with a big old wheelchair ramp. I'm not even saying that to be funny. That's what it looked like. So I go in there, and it's cold as shit. I was shivering the entire time. It was just very basic safety training stuff. You know, wear your seatbelt, keep your eyes ahead, follow distance, all that horse shit. And I get it. Safety first. I get it 100%, and I support that. However, I knock on wood, I've never been in an accident in my entire life, ever. And I've driven these trucks before, so whatever. Got paid for it, I guess. So that's cool. But I did that. It took much longer than I thought. I really thought it was just going to be a quick hour thing, or I don't know. I don't know what I thought because every training in the past has been so short. But it was a big 5-hour thing. I say big 5-hour because that is big compared to an hour. And it was fine. We just talked about stuff. We kind of shot the shit a little bit. They were picking on me for my Tesla, which was funny in a cool way because they were saying, however many years ago, delivering was this way, and now we have cars that break by themselves and blah, blah, blah. And he says, you drive one of those. And I said, in my head, I'm like, fuck yeah, I do. Yeah, I'll tell you what, dude, you know what sucks? Having a, quote, nice car, but still having to go to work. I feel like I have that backwards. I don't know. I kind of feel embarrassed because I've always looked at people with very nice cars who still go to a 9-to-5. And I mean a 9-to-5 that you're not a doctor, for example, you're a FedEx worker or you work at Target or whatever. I always thought that was funny because the chances are, the likelihood of you not having to work that shitty job would probably be much higher if you didn't have such a high car payment with the car that you own. That's just my perception. And now I'm part of that because my car payment is $550. You throw insurance on there, it's we'll just round up to $200. So $750 for the car, kind of shitty. That's a lot of money for a goddamn car, considering I could downgrade and probably go get a shitty Honda. I could get my Mazda back and have the insurance and the total car payment go back down to total, close to $400, if that. So probably closer to $350, whatever. But I don't know. Just it's kind of embarrassing to me. Not gonna lie. It's cool that I have a nice car. I like the car a lot. It's awesome. It's fun to drive. But I don't know. We actually were looking for cars with Lexi the other day because her lease on her current car is up. So we were looking at other cars, and we actually got to drive a Tesla Model Y, which is what she did. And those things are sick, dude. Those are sick. I wouldn't even mind downgrading my S to get a Y or a 3. Teslas are just sick as fuck, dude. They are just so cool. I don't know. They're just very cool cars. I think I'm a fan forever. They're just so cool. And everybody, well, I haven't talked to many people, but of the people who I have talked to about Teslas, they all seem to say the same thing. That's a tongue twister. They all seem to say the same thing, which is they were kind of hating on them. They're electric, they don't make noise, they're not as cool, but then they drive in them and the experience and the technology and the FSD and all that. It's so sick. So very cool stuff. And secretly, I hope that Lexi gets one because that would be cool. She'd have a Y and I'd have an S. And I just think that's sick. So part of me hopes that she goes that way. I'm not trying to persuade her either which way. I want her to get whatever she wants to get. Obviously, I want her to get Tesla, but it's not my car that I would be driving. So it's up to her. But anyway, I don't even give a fuck. Don't know where I was going with that. We're just going to move the fuck on. So starting FedEx going to be next week sometime. Probably the end of this week. I don't really know. But yeah, I don't know. I'm actually I'm looking forward to it. I think part of me, so this is me just being 100% real here. Part of me really is looking forward to having a quote job again because it forces me to be around other people, and being around other people, maybe this is pride and ego and arrogance, but I can see how I don't want to be by looking at other people. And it's very easy to just not behave that way when I'm looking at it. So for example, I'm sitting in the training and every single time the instructor or my manager or whatever would walk out of the room or do anything, this guy next to me would just grab his phone and start scrolling on social media just instantly, just didn't even think about it. And my first thought was, dude, are you that, mind controlled or that uncomfortable with silence and your own mind that you have to be scrolling 24/7 when what are you doing, bro? Just take a sec to just maybe look at the wall and think about shit. I don't know. And that was just a nice visual right in front of my face reminder that I don't want to do that. I don't want to have my phone control me. Now I'm throwing out all these judgy observations, but I do the same exact thing. That's the whole point of what I'm saying. It's a great reminder of what I don't want to be like. So, for example, another example, they actually ordered pizza. And I thought, well, I don't want to be the fat fuck that just eats pizza when they order it, and I want to have some self-control. So I didn't have any. And that was what happened when I was at the training, and Lexi's staring at me. So we're going to pause. Hold on 1 second. All right. So 30 minutes later, what's up? I'm back. So I think the point I was trying to make was I can see the behavior of others. And if I don't want to act that way, then it's very easy to just not do that. So the public-facing stuff, I feel like is easy, but it's the private stuff. For example, I just had cookie cake. I just contradicted my whole mentality there, So don't want to be the fat fuck eating pizza, but I'll be the fat fuck eating cookie cake in private. So that's kind of what I want to fix. Tell you what, dude, there's just small things going on that I want to I just almost want to almost say almost about 500 more times. I almost just want to commit to a specific set of fucking laws of my life and just never look back, Because my current set of whatever you call it, habits or I guess lifestyle choices have gotten me to this specific point in my life, and I'm very happy with a lot of the things that I have, but I'm also very not so happy with a lot of things that I have, or that I am, or that I lack, or whatever. And a lot of it could just be solved overnight with self-control, self-discipline, and just keeping my word. If I say I'm going to sit down and work for 8 hours, then I damn well work for 8 hours, not 6.5, not 7, not 5, and take a couple breaks. You know what I mean? It's just hate that I said right there. I would do so good. I've been doing a lot better for sure, and it's actually been carrying over into real life. For example, at FedEx today, I was talking often, and I didn't say or like once. I know I didn't because I was very aware, and I'm proud of that. So that's cool. But anyway, the original point was I'm hyped to get a job again because I'm just very easy to do the things that it's very easy to not do the things that everyone else is doing for me in a public setting, because it's almost invigorating knowing that I have the self-control while everybody else doesn't. And maybe that's not even the case, but at least that's what I believe, and it makes me honestly feel great inside. Truthfully, it doesn't make me feel like I'm trying to be a hard ass. I truthfully feel better about myself when I'm able to do that, especially in a public setting. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on. As far as the app goes, just working on a little bit of errors and things popping up. And, there's certain things that I for some reason, just cannot get to work. And I'm trying my best. For example, when you complete a task and then uncomplete it, or mark it as not complete as an accident or whatever, it works, but sometimes it doesn't go through the first try, and it should always just go through the first try, always. Just should always should. Sometimes it doesn't, so it's all good. I'm actually refreshing it right now to see if it loads and see if it works, so we'll check that live really quick and then go from there. So, loading up. Blade launching. It's funny, it's still called Habit Tracker. I haven't changed the name because I don't really give a shit about it, but okay, loaded up, good to go. Task to complete. If I complete a task, it works. If I uncomplete it, I didn't hear the sound play, hold on. Oh, it works now. Oh, I think we fixed it. So if I go boom, and go home, go back to tasks. Okay, it is complete. Nice. Oh, did we fix it for once and for all? Huh. I think we just fixed it. I think it's done now. Oh my hell, it is. I think we're good. This is insane. This has been such a pain in the ass. Oh, it works, dude. Wow. Unbelievable. Holy shit, it works. Seeing this stuff come to life is fucking sick. This is to another whole other point. Why is it always when I have to stop working that I get the most excitement? I just figured out this whole issue with the tasks not showing as completed, and now I have to go to end this and go to sleep. Why is that always the case, Wow, dude, it works. This is unreal. This is unreal. This is so sick. Okay, well, anyway, that's the show. I don't really got much else to say, so thank you guys for listening. Peace.